Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Hey, sorry, I was in the middle of doing stuff on my phone like a rude person, but I've come to the conclusion now, Jeremy, that like I can just phone this in. You know what I mean? Literally, I'm holding my phone, and I was just like, you know, whatever. It'll still be like better than anything else they've got to do tonight or can see on Twitch. So
I suppose that much.
You know what I'm
true,
saying?
Yes, yeah.
half my output.
It's not the full experience that they would get had you phoned it in, or if you would phone it in. But it would still be better than anything else they could find this evening. I see your point.
50%. Me at 50% at my best is still like 5,000% better than anyone else on Twitch.
Sounds reasonable.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm totally with you.
Yeah. Well, welcome into this. I don't give a fuck what day it is.
Second,
or what
is it?
thing.
How long have we been doing this?
Doesn't matter really. You got a nice hat. Is that new?
It's newish.
Because it has a very, very bright and shiny...
Not soaked by... Yeah, I bought it at the end of last summer, so it hasn't been ruined by the sun yet.
Nice. It looks very bright. It's very nice.
Very crisp.
Today is the 156th episode. Give us bits. And...
Man, you are on one tonight. I fucking love it. This is great. This is such fun. Whereas I'm like here, and I can't remember how to sit. Like, just to be completely opposite.
Welcome in, all of you. I'm so pleased to see you. Yes, you personally. I don't need to name you. You know who I'm talking about. You. So much to talk about, probably. But given that most of the show is made up on the spot, I couldn't tell you right now what it is.
We don't know in advance what we're doing.
My favourite thing is that Will and Tamsy didn't bite. Will and Tamsy sounds like a sitcom. Like Will and Grace.
Yeah, it's probably better than Will and Grace, though, because Will and Grace was shit.
I mean, if Will and Tamsin lived in a house together, what hijinks would they get up to?
Yeah.
She'd crochet. He'd drink wine.
Yeah.
She'd also drink wine. Maybe for episode 1, she teaches him how to crochet. And then, like, she comes back in, and he's crocheted his hands to himself, and there's some canned laughter. And she's like, Will.
She drinks his wine.
Yeah. And he's trying to get to his wine, and she goes, well, I guess I'll drink this. More canned laughter. That'd be good. Yes. Very pleased that you're all here.
You know how I was like, we need to set this camera up so that I can read the chat.
Yeah.
Guess what I cannot do?
You can't read the chat?
No, I can't see a fucking thing.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to change it in some way? I don't know what to suggest.
I think I will go and move it a little bit, yeah. Might give a little insight of what's behind the curtain, or the shit hidden away. But I'll do my best.
I'm pleased that. Thank you very much, in all sincerity, for the bits, Will. It's very kind of you. I am.
It's rude, Hannah. It's rude.
It just sucks. There you go. Yes.
As they say on the cricket. How's that?
How's that? They do say that.
I literally couldn't tell you anything else they say on the cricket.
I don't think they say anything else.
Yeah. Did they say that's cricket? Is that one of the things?
I did frequently when we went.
In case you forgot.
That's cricket. That's cricket. At the end of the game, when someone has won.
Oh, right. So they were ripping off blockbusters then?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Because that's the true phrase where you say that's X.
Yeah. And that's blockbusters.
And that's blockbusters.
I love saying that's blockbusters.
Rest in peace, Bob.
I think I may have told you that Matt Moat once met Bob Holness.
I'm jealous. I love Bob Holness. I thought it was fucking great. What a guy.
Yeah, he met him at a thing. I don't know if it was his university, but he said he met Bob Holness at an event when he was of university or high school age, as it were. And Bob Holness was holding a hot drink. And Matt Moat went up to him and said, "Is that a tea, Bob?"
This can't be true. That's too good.
But he is that good. He's
true.
always been that good. I'd like a stipendo of 50 euros, Paul Henry, if that is your real name. Thank you very much. I will scrivimo you in privato later-o. But save that 50 euros for me, all right, Paul Henry, not for anybody else. I don't care how urgentamente it is. It'll wait for 2 hours. Do you understand what I mean? Everybody's.
I have no idea what you mean. No.
It's Paul Henry. Paul Henry. There's a guy who's in our chat Can you
I
read
can
it?
see. I can see the chat. Yeah, but I don't speak
Spanish.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah, he's basically going to give us €50 if we write to him really quickly in private. Scrivimi in privato.
No,
Scrivimi.
We more do the scrivimi into the mic. Well, like we did it right at the beginning, and we'll probably do it again.
Yeah,
we do a bit of scrivimi into the mic.
Scrivimi if you want to go faster.
Urgently looking for someone
Italian,
who can post
Italian.
I didn't think it was Spanish. Yeah,
urgently
looking for someone who can post new cars on social media. Salary €50 per day. Write me privately. Right? Yeah. No.
I could do that.
I mean, I could too.
I could post cars.
But I've been on the in like envelopes and take them down the post office and queue up like every other cunt.
Like
instead of getting it picked up from the doorstep. No, my point is, I've been on the other side of that, which is, if you want to buy a car, you cannot buy one on Facebook Marketplace because it's full of bullshit. Yeah. Have you ever tried to buy a car on Facebook?
No. Have you?
I have. Yeah.
Doesn't seem like the place to go about getting it done.
Well, nowhere's a place about getting it done anymore. Do you know how fucking hard it is to buy a second-hand car that is more than like 5 or 6 years old? It's impossible, let me tell you, because you go on Facebook Marketplace and you see, oh, that's a nice car. And that price is fairly reasonable. I will message.
I'll contact the owner,
the person, and say, "Can I come and kick your tires?" And go, "No, I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll give you
with or without
quid less or something like that." Yeah, I learned from the best.
I learned from the best, absolutely.
But you then get, send an email to this email address,
to this dodgy motherfucker,
and they'll arrange. Like if you want the car, they'll arrange for it to be sent to you, and you can transfer us the money. I'm like, no,
because obviously this is bullshit.
That's not how this works. No,
and that's what Paul Henry is arranging here.
Yeah, that kind of thing to put cars up on.
See,
Facebook
now when he's
Marketplace.
saying urgentamente, to put up the new cars, urgentamente to postare auto nuevo.
It all makes sense now that we know what it is in English.
Yeah, well, I mean, in fairness, I had scrivimi,
social,
private,
social media.
privato scrivimi seemed to make a lot of sense to me. And giorno is day, sure, yeah. In fact, I should have known it's Italian because it sounds super Italian when I say it like that. But my point is,
both involve doing this though.
It's easy to, when he says post new car, pictures of new cars. Post new cars. That doesn't mean you have to sell them. You just have to
put the listings up, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what he's really saying.
You have to take pictures of fake cars and then put listings up to scam people. That is what he's trying to find people to do, mate. If I'm scamming people, I want more than fucking €50 a day. I want way more than that. You're making fuck more than that.
A caris a dub. A caris dub. A caris a dub.
That was in response to Karis saying, anything sounds Italian if you say it in an Italian accent. They do say that if you are trying to speak a language, you should put on the accent.
Yeah, 100%.
And it sounds super racist, but no, that you're supposed to do that.
A carissimo. Ah, bella, carissimo. Yeah, that's how much, I care for Karis. In fact, it's a bit too much, really. This entire episode is already what a mistake it's a maker. Oh, fucking 100%. No, I mean, like, I can post pictures, no listings. I'm just, like, on a daily basis, I'll post a picture of a new car.
Oh, yeah?
Just in my Facebook feed.
I think you should do that.
Just for €50.
I think you should do that for a few weeks and just confuse the fuck out of people. Just literally go outside, take a picture of a car, put it on Facebook. No caption, no context, no anything. Just a new car every day. They will think you've been hacked, and it'll be hilarious.
Right? But I'm not even going to go out into the outside world, Jeremy. I'm just going to go onto Google Images and take something from that.
Yeah, like
what I have to do is post a new car
today,
and then I'll invoice Paul Henry. I'll say every day I've posted a new car as per agreement.
Paul Henry.
Paul Henry. I mean, I don't. Yeah,
Paul Henry.
I mean, he has a Y at the end. I expected an I, really, but like, who's to say? Maybe that's a French thing.
Paul Henry. Paul Henry here. I'm here talking Italian.
Talking Italian. I think you should draw a picture of a car and post it every day. That sounds like more effort.
Does sound like more effort.
There'll be a hand
good picture
in
though.
The car. Yeah, I just think all he's asking for, he's not mentioning listings or selling or scamming. All he's saying is post a new car every day
Maybe we should message him
to clear this shit up.
Yeah.
Excusimento, Apollo Henri. Asking about his. Well, maybe we can get Google Translate to do that for us. I'm happy to post a picture of a new car. Sounds like easy money. Come back to us, Paul. Where are you? I think he's gone. I hope he hasn't gone.
I think he probably went immediately, posted the message, and then fucked off. Promptly.
Urgentemente. I mean, listen, he's got places to go, people to post to. He can't be hanging around in our chat, Jeremy.
Live streams to interrupt and post random shit in.
This is a go-getter. Do you know what I mean? This is a businessman. This is an entrepreneur. He's going around lots of places. You've got to cut and paste that lots of times. Do you know what I mean?
The copy pasta. Very Italian.
His Control C,
copy
Control
pasta.
V. Well, he's got it in his clipboard, as it were, or whatever it's called. He can just Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V constantly. His poor fucking arthritic fingers. He'll never be able to do a devil horns again.
Well, you don't want to do that in Italy anyway. They don't like that.
No, they don't, do they?
They don't like that.
No. That's why they're all doing
That's what we think of you, Paul.
What's this say? Sono felice di postare ogni giorno le foto di un auto in cambio di 50 chili di pasta.
Chili di pasta?
Any chance of knowing what...
Sing Carta is going to be something involving... Five, is it?
Yeah. Like 50?
Yeah. Sono felici di pasta.
I will post this for 50 chili pastas. And I would as well.
50 chili pastas. Yeah.
Sono felice di postare ogni giorno le foto di una cabana. I'm happy to post a picture of a car every day in exchange for 50 kilos of pasta.
Oh, which bit was kilos then? It must be chili.
Chili. I've only just arrived. I'm more. Molto bene. Bellissimo.
Goblin tea power.
A goblin tea power. Goblinimo. Welcome in, Joe.
It's a you. It's not. It's a me.
This is the most Italian stream. We've had our
the most Italian stream. You could not find a more Italian stream if you tried.
I know, even if it's based in Italy itself.
Yeah,
we know so much about Italy. Our good friend Paul Henry. That sounded a bit too French because I'm thinking about the footballer Henry, who was French.
Terry
Henry. Two first names, always a crowd pleaser. The hilarious thing is that the Belgian mole, Die Mole, is back next week, and in Italy we're going to do all of these jokes. Well, you're welcome. Bellissimo.
Except
Amastone.
It won't be as hilarious when you do it.
MJ.
As when we do it.
Amastone. Armastone. Where is the pizza? Donde es? That's Spanish. Donde es la pizza? It's in Sicily, so someone's getting an offer they can't refuse. Is it a 2-for-1 pizza? Because I wouldn't refuse that.
Is Sage Bambino getting involved again?
Sage Bambino.
It's Sage!
Hey, Sage Bambino! Hey, what are you doing?
Dove la pizza?
Man, I tell you, you're loving the
double the pizza.
Google Translate right now.
Double the pizza sounds good to me. Yeah. Speaking of pizza, how's not eating junk and not drinking going for you?
Really good, actually. I was out this weekend with Aletha's friends, which was an opportunity to drink, which I did not do. Although, as was customary around this time for Lent, the devil sent me someone to tempt me, which was the guys I was out with, who were saying...
You should have a drink.
Yes. And they were like, you should have a drink. And I said, maybe I have a drink. I don't know. Alcohol. No, they was like, what's going on? Are you not drinking? I said, what's happening was, and I went quickly through that last year, at the end of last year, I drank loads and I'm trying to take my foot off the gas before we go to Japan. And they were like, I get it. So what's the plan? I said, basically, I got to be under 14 units every week, which is how many the Surgeon General probably is saying that I should be having 14 units for a man.
General, what do they know?
And
can't even decide if he's in the military or is a doctor.
He's a captain.
Surgeon General.
Yes. Suffice to say, the idea is I shouldn't hit over 14. And he said, this guy's name's Aaron. Aaron said, how many units have you had this week? And I said,
Sergeant Aaron, Surgeon General, sir.
That's right. And he's 14 units a week is the women's recommend. I think it's actually the men's. I say this only because I've had like 3 different fucking health checkups recently. They've all said 14, and like, but regardless, it doesn't really matter what.
Maybe
the number
they didn't
is.
want to assume your gender.
Maybe not. It's possible. Men's is 21. Fuck me.
Yeah, they definitely didn't want to assume your gender. Well, maybe he identifies as a woman. Just give him 14.
And they just lowball it. Well, actually, I mean, that does make a lot of sense. Rather, you never want to tell people like the speed limit exactly, otherwise people will try and drive to it, basically. But I mean, in metaphorically, if you know what I mean. But like, suffice to say, 14 was what I read. 14 was what the woman told me. 14 is what I saw on the alcohol. Are you a fucking alcoholic test that I did? So 14 was the thing. So 14 was what I did. But it's irrelevant, really, because really I'm just trying to do 0, so it doesn't really matter. But when he said, what's your plan? And I said 14. And he said, how many have you had this week? And I said 0. He said,
well, that's 14 to go then.
You can then let's go and have a drink then. And I went, you do make a very good point. NHS just says 14. That's
inclusive bastards.
That's what I got. So, yes. Alex il Papa. Il Papa. Papa Alexander.
Papa Americano. Beep, beep, ba-doo. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, that's what the first thing I'll do when I become Pope is that I'll just like drop that stone cold banger and everyone's going to be like, it's never been like this in the Vatican before.
The Vatican's going to be pumping.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, 14 is what I heard. So, 14. And so he was like, oh, but you can go and do this. And we were at the beer shop and I said, let's make a good point. And Aletha was like, yeah, everything in moderation, Alex, And I was also thinking, like, if you keep going cold turkey, for want of a better phrase, not quite like that, but like, you're going to it's going to express itself in other ways.
TLDR, you had a drink, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I just, because I was gonna. And I was like, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, do you know what? What is this? What am I doing to myself? Fuck it, it's fine. One.
Just one more mirror. Give it
moderato.
to me.
A moderato, a martini. Martini probably is an Italian word, but anyway, it sounds like an Italian word.
Martini.
A martini.
Just roll the R's.
Some of us have gone no turkey. Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't had any
We're
turkey
talking about
either.
alcohol now, not turkey, Joe.
All moderation.
Stay with it, will you? It's not that difficult to follow.
So,
have you been drinking?
We don't go over 14.
Better do 12 just to be safe.
So I've said a good point. We went along to the potting shed and we rang the bell at the potting shed. They'd never been to there, so we really wanted to take them there as part of the whole. You're coming down, folks, and we'll show you all the cool places. And it was so busy in there we couldn't get in.
Oh,
and it just kind of was enough to sort of jar me out of being like, I don't.
Because you'd have got there and then he'd have been like, oh, your usual, and you'd have been like, no, I'll have water.
Which is what happened
please.
when I went out with Petty and with Martin. He was completely confused that I wasn't having anything. So we said, we'll go to space.
Rightfully so.
So we went to space and we had some drinks there. And Aaron was like, if we're not going there, you should have one now. And I'm like, I don't really need it. I feel like I'm forcing it and I'm not going to do it for doing its sake. And then at the end, we went past Potting Shed and he had space for us and we all went in. But by that point, I've been drinking soft drinks all night. I just had no interest. So he got me a mockatale, a gindero, a mockatale. And it was really tasty. So, yeah. So what a long story for... I was
going to say, it did sound like the answer to his question, this dude, Aletha's friend, was no. And then yet you persisted.
Unbelievable where I get this stuff from, isn't it? But the bottom line is, I'm still... I was trying to explain this in a Roman Reigns setting. I was saying to Aletha...
Here is your sober and still sitting without a drink.
Yeah, it is like that. And I thought, you'll get it. But like, I said, every time I think I'm going to have a drink...
I have not drunk since January. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me, chat. I
like that, I feel a rock.
Acknowledge me, because I haven't drunk and I keep saying that I'm gonna, or maybe it wouldn't be so bad and all these sort of things. And then every time I think I'm gonna drink, I don't. It's like every time you think he's gonna drop the belt, he doesn't. And I just kind of really think it's so funny. But anyway.
I mean, streaks are cool, Maybe you should be counting the days.
Non ho idee di cosa stia sucedendo. Yeah, I am succeedendoing, actually, Will.
Succeedendoing. There you go. That's a new
Streaks
verb.
are cool. Streaking is not. I've never struck in my life. Well, streaked. I've struck before. I don't have any idea what is going on.
Well, that's what you get for being late, Will.
But thanks for the bits.
Oh, did he bits?
Yeah,
Thank
he
you,
did
Will.
bits.
I did
He
not
bits
notice.
like a legend,
Like he
basically.
does.
After I it all, basically, like a terrible cunt.
So, just to dissect this NHS 14 unit thing a little bit further.
Correct.
How many units
Yes.
are in a large glass of wine? Perhaps you can help out because I've clearly asked the wrong person.
Because I think a medium glass is 2.3.
Right.
So I would say a large glass is going to
Probably
be like
about
3.6 or something like that,
Close to
basically.
4. Yeah.
I think a glass of wine, a bottle of wine is probably like 12 or something like that. So, and you get 3 in that. So, yeah, maybe 4.
Okay. And like a double shot of a spirit is probably about the same.
Yeah, like
right?
I think a pint of beer is like 2.6.
Yeah, I'm not drinking beer. Beer's piss.
I know, but I'm trying to give you a kind of a...
Yeah.
But yeah, wine I think is like 2.3. So you could like... I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, bless you. Bless you, good sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Bless you.
Blessissimo.
Good and tight.
Hey, Siri, how many units in a large glass of wine? Oh, 3.2. So you can... No, you've been usurped, Siri Sharp.
Thanks, Ceres. See what I did there?
So...
Mix Siri with Karis because people call you Saris all the time because they're fucking idiots. They can't say
So you have 4 large glasses of wine in a week.
Okay. Not a day, then.
If you did it in a day, you wouldn't be able to do anything else for that day, probably because you'd had like 4 glasses.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, don't tell you what to do.
Yeah, well, I haven't drunk in approximately 22 hours, I would say is about a conservative estimate. So, yeah, my streak is significantly less than yours. But if we just say the numbers, it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22. I haven't drunk in like 22.
I was like, what? Am I at a doctor's surgery? Well, I was at a doctor's surgery 2 weeks ago where they were telling me... Did I mention this last week? I swear.
I don't think you did. No. You did one quite a while ago, actually, where you had a routine checkup-y thing.
Today I had a checkup.
Today I checked up. Hit the button.
Don't. Today I had on Aletha's got some health insurance with her work, and I'm on it. And she paid for me to have like the full works, basically.
She's concerned about your health.
She's concerned about my health. So I went along. I did it this time last year, so it come round again, and they wanted me to go again.
Okay, that's when it was then.
Yeah. So he came in and he said,
"Hello,
is it me you're looking for?" I said, do I call you Alex or Alexander? And I said, Alexander, I think, because I heard the other day when I was at a thing that it's good to have an uneven syllables either side of your surname and first name. So
that we did cover last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I told him this.
The doctor probably didn't need to know that.
No, he didn't. And he didn't look like he needed to know. And later on, he was going to explain that he had a very limited time for lunch and he needed to get all this stuff done, which he told me at the end, which was a mistake. Which was a mistake because...
Telling him at all was a mistake. Telling him at the end was an even bigger mistake.
He basically asked me about my name, and then I went in to explain, like, I said Alexander Borton. Alexander is 4, Borton is 2, so that's uneven, so that's good. If I'm Alex Borton, it doesn't work. And he looked back at me and he went, right. And I said, what's your name? And he said, Simon. I went, okay, and what's your surname? And he said, Williams. And I said, that works. That's perfect. Simon Williams, that's perfect. And he was like,
no,
right,
doesn't.
so anyway, we're going to... Did he give you an immediate diagnosis for ADHD? No. I didn't even get to tell my ADHD joke, which I told you last week. Whatever. I don't know if I said it on this. ADHD. Did I say that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know where you said it.
Many reasons.
But it cracked me up.
It was a stupid joke, which I've now said, but like basically about like an ADHD person listing the many reasons why they can't stop talking about their deficit disorder. ADHD. And like, it's just such a fun...
Yeah, it popped me again.
Yeah,
it's a good joke.
But it is good. So like, if I had ADHD, I'd make that joke, but yeah. They're both even. Be more odd. Alex Borton. Clapping my name. That's 2-2, right?
But
So
Borton sounds like more, even though it's not.
Alexander Borton is 4-2.
It's like a fake syllable.
Yeah. So it took about this amount of time in my checkup to get through that, and then we got into the checkup, and he took my blood, and
I want to take your blood.
See,
even that gets any accent.
I didn't mention this because I didn't really want to, but they took my blood 2 weeks ago, and I don't know if I told you this, that I fainted whilst they were taking my blood. Don't think I told you this.
You did not. No.
I don't want to tell you the full story about this, but essentially, I was quite wary of having my blood taken today because of 2 weeks ago's blood being taken.
Brother, I'm right there with you. I faint every time.
Well, not like taking the piss, but this has not happened before. So
yeah, and it's not I faint. I'm not ashamed to say so. It's not like a oh my god, I'm seeing my blood type thing. Like, I don't give a shit about that. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. For whatever reason, the sensation of blood, I can feel the blood leaving my body. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. So that sensation just makes me go like, bleh. And so when I went to have blood taken previously on Jeremy getting blood taken, when I needed to have blood taken previously, I told the nurse I need to be lying down, because if I'm not lying down when you start, I will be when you finish. And she was like, no, you don't need to. Just it's not necessary. Have a chair. I'm like, okay, sure. I'm pretty fucking heavy though, so I'm just warning you, and I'm going to lean on you because I warned you. And so, like, I started doing it. They started doing it, putting the needle in, and that bit's fine. You know, the needle bit doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And then it started coming, and I just went like, and they were like, oh, okay. And then like they stopped taking the blood, got me to move on to the bed, and then carried on. I'm like, right, okay, yeah, we probably should have listened to you. I'm like, yeah,
I'm the person that knows.
Medical professionals just need to listen to me when I say things, because they never fucking do. What it is about me that makes medical professionals go, no, he's not in pain. No, he's not going to faint. Pricks.
I haven't fainted at having my blood taken, but as I may have mentioned before, when I was working at Brock Hill Country Park School,
it was in Cardiff. Yes.
When I was working on we had a rural science lesson. So we went down to the farm, and they were castrating a bull and stabbing it, and blood was dripping everywhere, and I fainted there and then, despite the fact I was trying to maintain a stern and with it demeanor. I was out like a light.
He was trying to maintain a not having the piss taken out of him by teenagers.
Yeah. And I remember like trying to be really tough my way through it. And essentially what happened was then I dreamt I was in bed, and it was all a dream really. And of course it wasn't all a dream. And then I woke up and I was on the floor. And in this
with a bunch of teenage boys.
Actually, they were all lovely, right? So there is a kicker to this, but they were all lovely, and they're dusting me down. And their brothers and sisters in year 9, because they were year 7, brothers and sisters in year 9 ripped the shit out of me. So yeah,
as is expected,
was expected,
as is reasonable.
Yes, absolutely, and I encouraged them. But so when I went to the thing 2 weeks ago, she basically went, there's a really good obvious vein here, not the even in HD, like whatever, 4K you can't see it, but there's a really good vein on the left hand side.
Pinch in, zoom in, right in on his arm. Go on.
Yeah. There on the left hand side as I'm looking at
Give it the old drug addict smack. Go on.
And she looked at it and thought that's a good one, and then she was like, hang on a minute, and she took like this little listening device and a little pen on a string kind of thing, lubricated my arm with some gel, and then tried to listen to my vein with her pen listening thing.
Fuck off.
She's really nice, but that felt like too much. She's a pleasant person, but that felt like, what's the fuck? You just go into this big vein here, the one that's fucking pumping. Right? You can see the track. You really can actually. There's some stuff on my arm. But like, so she found another one over here, which is not the normal one, and struggled when she put it in, and then it hurt. And then I was like, I said, that kind of hurts. And she was like, okay. And then she just dug in deeper, and then I could feel myself going. God. Yeah. It was terrible. And then when I woke up, I was super confused about the whole thing. When I told my mum, This is what my mum says every fucking time. This is what my mum says every time. I told her I fainted because obviously what happened. There's more to this, and I'm not going to go into it because it gets worse. But they were worried about me. Let's say that some things went on, and they were worried about me, so they were going to send me to hospital. So they called an ambulance, and because of this, I had to call up. They said, "Is there?" And they were going to take me to the hospital. So basically, my parents had to be called and stuff like that. So my mum was like talking to me. I was sitting here with my mum, and she was like, "So what happened?" I told her that I fainted. She was like, "Oh, remember when you fainted in primary school?" Which is a story that she tells every time that I tell her talk about fainting. She's like, "Well, you fainted.
You fainted. Now it's my time. My time
She
has come."
always tells me
Once again, it is time for the story.
Well, Alex isn't. It does sound like I shat myself. I really didn't. It was just a bit crap, and I can't really.
Just a bit of crap.
I sense these stories of just a bit too gruesome. So I'm not the right word, but I just want to like give you some slack. But basically, because I was going to go to the hospital, and then they decided halfway not to take me to hospital. I heard over the radio.
They decided halfway. You were in the ambulance.
They got me in the ambulance. They did my blood pressure again. This is a much longer story, but for the sake of it, I'm cutting it down. And they checked my blood pressure. Then we're going to take me to the William Harvey. And then they got as far as the range and parked in the range car park. And I said, "We parked in the range. Are we going to Ashford?" And that we don't know.
Were you sat up in the ambulance?
Yeah.
Then? I was going to say, because that is some keen spatial awareness if
very
you were
good.
laying down, because
very good.
I had no fucking clue where I was lying down in the back of the ambulance. I was like, "Are we there yet?" "No, we haven't even left Cheriton." I'm like, "Fuck off! Get to the hospital and hurry up."
I basically, I could see this thing, and they were chatting to me, and they'd taken these things, and I was feeling really sick in the back of the ambulance, horrible. And then they basically had some chatter on the radio, and had some chatter. Hello, had some chatter on the radio, and I said, what's going on? Are we going? And they're like, "We're going to get a consultant to see if you need to go. We're going to tell him some facts, and we'll see if the consultant thinks you need to go for various things." And then I heard over the radio, it said, "Does the patient want to go to hospital?" And I was like, "No, no, he doesn't." And they said, "No, he's not that fussed about going to hospital." So in the end, they took me back and they brought me here. And this is kind of amusing because Aletha always works from home, And except she has to do like one day every 5 months she goes in, and that was the day she went into London. So I had to get my parents round here. And then she was like, my mum's like, "So what happened?" I said, I fainted, Mum. I fainted. She went, "Oh, just like in primary school." And I'm like, son of a bitch, every time. But yeah,
So when was this?
2 weeks ago. Two Thursdays ago. Not last Thursday, Thursday before. But yeah, when I came round, there were some disturbing bits and pieces that led them to think there was more to it. And they were asking me how I was feeling. And I was very shocked. So I said, "I'm a bit confused," meaning, what the fuck's just happened? I only came in for something simple and now I'm lying on the ground. And so they took confused to mean a different medical thing, like some other mysterious, sinister stuff is happening because I am confused. And what I'm trying to impart is that I'm like, this is weird. This is strange.
I fainted. That's not usual.
That's not usual. Yeah. So so I'm not confused. I know where I am. I'm just, isn't this bizarre? How strange is what I meant to say. But they really hooked onto he's confused, basically. It was like, he's super confused about everything. And in my notes, it now says, "Patient was confused." And I'm like, no, mate, no. Oh. Did they kick you out of the range and you walked around and got some new stationery? Yeah. It was. I said, "Just leave me here. Leave me here. I want someone to sign me up to that."
Get some windows or whatever.
Yeah, UPVC windows and all my utility bills in one place with that pyramid scheme company.
I actually did sign up for like some windows from
a
bloke at the range. Yeah. The door, like conservatory door in the kitchen, that was just from a bloke stood at the range.
Oh.
Yeah. Proper geezer he was.
Whee! Oh, really? Was he? Get your windows with us, mate.
Basically, yeah. He was from Thanet.
Planet Thanet. Yeah, so, I didn't say it like... When it happened, it was quite a weird thing, so I didn't really want to tell anyone because it was just really weird, and having never fainted before. And, it was really strange.
And so today they sent you back to make sure that you weren't confused. They had to do the confusion test from your blood.
This is the land of confusion.
They're going to look in the microscope. I don't know what they do with blood. And they'll be like looking around for confusion genes.
Yeah.
And they might.
The doctor
find
was
some,
confused.
They might not.
in this case. The doctor was confused, Joe.
As to why you were chatting shit about your name when really he just asked what your name was and what your preference was.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't matter what your name is. That would have been hilarious. It would have been so good. No, but the guy today was a private. I wasn't like NHS thing. It was a private thing through health insurance through Aletha's work. So it's completely separate. But because he said, now I'm going to take some blood 2 weeks ago.
You went, dun, dun, dun.
I'm like, previously on Alex's blood. I said, listen, can I just say, last time I had blood, I fainted. It was very fucking weird. And I'm apprehensive about that happening again. I said, doesn't happen ever. It happened once. He said, do you think you're going to faint? And I said, I don't know. How good are you? And he went, I'm pretty.
Before.
And he said, I'm pretty good. I went, then we won't have a problem. And we didn't.
So was it that this last nurse was just fucking hopeless?
Oh, no, she's really nice, but she was a bit hopeless.
She could be nice and hopeless. They're not mutually exclusive.
No, I know, but like, I don't really like giving her a hard time, but yeah.
She was shit. Got it. I'll just read through the subtext.
I actually went to see her the next day.
Nice. Fit.
No.
Nice. Not fit. Shit at taking the blood.
But
there you go.
Pleasant.
In that order.
Yeah. So much to say. I don't know.
I mean, that really segues us into a segment, I would say.
Yes.
That sounds like a monumental bit of fuck-uppery.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's roll. It's the broken sting we like to call today, I fucked up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
It winds me up, Alex, and I still haven't fixed it.
I kind of like it.
I know you do. And that's probably why I've not bothered to fix it, because you like it.
Yes, it was a fuck up. I felt bad, but it was a fuck up.
Hello, Ellie, by the way. I gave you a wave.
Hello, Ellie.
We were mid-conversation. And hello, anybody else that has joined in during, Alex's hospital visits and things.
They asked me to, because cholesterol's quite a big deal in my family, and I was talking to my brother about it last night, and like I'm the big thing about everything that they asked me about last week, all it comes down to is exercise more, eat better, drink less, alcohol, basically, see above. So I'm like, sure, exercise more. And she said to me, she ran me through these questions. One of the questions was like, what exercise do you do? And it gave me some examples. And I said, I can stop you there. I don't do any exercise. She said, well, let me just read out the question. It says, playing football, playing tennis, going to the gym, running, jogging, etc. And I said, no. I said, no, none of that. She said, there's an etc. at the end. And she's Spanish. I can't do it, but she does it in this way. She said, there's an etc. there, or whatever. She has this kind of accent to it. And I'm like, I see the etc. I see the etc.
I would like to raise you a no fucking.
No, I don't. She said, so what we're trying to say is it's not just the running, the football, it is other things as well. I said, yes, I understand the question. I understand the etc. I do not do any of these things. And she took a look at me and she took in my body size and went, how is this? Are you just your diet? And I said, yeah, I just don't go crazy, but I know what you're saying. So basically the whole thing is like, I've got to be better at all of this stuff effectively. But I went to this thing today and they were like, I said, there's a problem in my family with cholesterol. Really need to be testing for it. Got to check these things. He said, there's extra blood tests. There's this blood test that tests for this. There's this blood test that tests for that. And there's this blood test for that. And I said, great. He just told me what they all were. And I said, how much are they? And he went, first test is $99.99. The second test is $89.99. And the third test is $69.99. You interested in any of this? And I said, I'll just eat less. You know what I mean? And just exercise more. I just said, I don't need to spend that sort of money on tests to tell me that my cholesterol is high. I just told you my cholesterol was high. So that saved me 170 quid or whatever the fuck. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of familial cholesterol, your brother's arrived.
That's just to do some cardio, you old git. I was talking to him last night. He's on. I'm unbelievable. Do you know, Steve told me, I said Steve, but I call him Stephen. All my brothers have their long names, but Stephen said...
But he is self-identified as Steve, so you can fucking call him Steve.
I'll do it. He gets called. His name is Stephen. He doesn't have a V in his name. He has a P. Oh. It should be Steph Borton. Listen, he's working out. He's doing weights.
Yeah?
He's just pumping iron. just unbelievable. I never really thought he had
I
it
don't
in
think
him.
anybody said pumping iron since fucking 1989, mate.
That's how long ago. You know, that's enough of that. Even the thought of me raising my hands up, that was too much. Even that was too much.
He barely even likes to drink because it involves lifting something to his face.
Physical, wanna get physical. Let's get into physical. Anyway, welcome in, my brother.
Hello.
Maybe I'll do some weights. He was telling me that you could just do the good bits of exercise, the fun bits. I haven't worked out what they are yet.
Yeah, which bits are they then? Maybe
Well,
that's
for him, it's weights.
That's the information that we need to glean.
I need to try all of these things until I hit upon the thing that's good.
See, I like running for some reason, but my knees are fucked now since the last time I did running, so I'm reluctant to do that. But I might just get some knee braces and run anyway.
I've got to do some cardio, but cardio is what I've got to do, but I just don't want to do the weights. I don't want to do. Doesn't strike me as a cardio-based thing anyway.
What, weights? Weights isn't cardio, yeah.
No.
Weights is weights.
I need cardio.
Oh, not weights then.
No. Running, but I don't want to run.
Maybe we need to buy a lion.
To chase me around?
Yeah, just let it loose and then you'll fucking run.
I will run.
A fat lion though, otherwise it'll catch you.
Hey, another fuck me runner. It sounds like running is a bad idea, you know.
I mean,
what about rowing?
It's just...
Oh, that sounds bad. What about cycling? Cycling must be good.
Fuck, no, that's in the sea, isn't it? Didn't we put cyclists in the sea?
Cycling seems okay.
No,
But where would I
cycling.
put a bike here?
Well, you wouldn't do it here, would you? You'd do it out on the road.
See, I'm already fallen at the first hurdle.
Yeah. What else is there? It's cardio.
I don't know.
I don't want to do swimming. Too wet.
I'm really mindful.
I don't want to do
brother's here now.
cycling. Too cycling-y.
I don't want to go swimming.
What else?
Swimming is supposed to be good for bad joints.
Well, yeah, because you're not there's no impact.
I think I could do swimming.
You've got loads of sea.
I wouldn't go in the sea.
Well, that's where I would die.
It's
you
cold.
understand. Yeah, I wouldn't go swimming.
You might
in the
like
sea.
it in the sea, Joe. But we don't.
Yeah.
I'm not petty.
Any
I'm
more
just
of this,
randomly
you should go
dive into
swimming
the
talk,
sea.
and somebody else will be in the sea shortly. Let me tell you.
The swimming pool, warm.
No, only the children's swimming pools are warm. Adult ones are cold, and you can't just go swimming in a children's swimming pool.
No,
they take you away in a
they
straitjacket.
take offence. I haven't been swimming for an awful long time. Dogs are in the sea.
They are in the sea. Don't you fucking
Thank you.
forget
I'm
it.
glad we got to that. Okay, look, we'll have to work on it. Maybe I'll go swimming if that's good. But I'd have to, I think, relearn how to swim. They say it's like riding a bike, but I tried riding a bike in the swimming pool, and
You just fell over a lot.
Yeah.
Your
Sank
bike
to the bottom.
Your bike floated away, and you were just like, oh.
Tell you, I haven't done heavy petting in a while at the swimming pool.
Heavy pettying.
Heavy pettying.
Yeah.
Heavy pettying.
I don't think you can call him that. He gets
He doesn't
offended.
like it.
Yeah.
I love swimming. It will absolutely wreck you if you haven't done it in a while.
I do not like swimming.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
I've never liked swimming, and I can't float, so
We all float down here.
cannot float.
Drink.
Anyway,
Armbands.
should we
or a float?
should we dispense with other people's fuck ups and
Yes, this is a
or
segment
rather
called.
dispense with our own fuck ups and do other people's? Is what I mean to say.
He's still pretty heavy petting, I have to say. Yeah. Do you want to read yours or mine?
I can't remember.
Mine.
Oh, you do yours first because
Okay.
it's been on your clipboard.
This has been on my
for
clipboard.
84 years.
It has, like that old lady at the end of at the beginning of Titanic. Oh, I remember.
Her name is Rose.
Her name is Rose. Because that's strange. Because that was her name when she was younger as well.
It's almost as if the name you have when you're young remains with you until you're old and then dead.
Unbelievable.
Unless you're your brother, in which case you change it to Steve with different letters.
Yes. This is a double pager. It's been sitting on my. I wasn't too sure whether this is worth it, but for the sake of getting it off and ripping it off and throwing it away, I'm going to read this one. Today I fucked up. Engagement off. BC. I covered for friends in Thailand. Tifu engagement off. This is like a fucking an NFL play. Tifu engagement off. BC. I write.
On two.
On two.
Talking to you, Fred. Don't you fucking go on one.
on two.
You've got form.
I want to talk about the NFL now, and I can't. Guess we're going to do TLDR. Wow. TLDR at the start. Fucking hell. Okay.
I mean, it's 2 pages. We know it's not TLDR.
Okay, I'm going to try and wallop through this one.
Go. Hey, Cat. Welcome in.
Blue 80.
We're never going to start this TV.
TLDR, I've actually been a really good fiance during a trip to Thailand. We'll be the fucking judge of that, mate. No lap dances, flirting, etc. No heavy petting. No heavy pettying. I even booked a return early because I miss her. Oh, fucking hell. Tifu by not telling her that 2 of the other guys brought hookers back with them. So today I fucked up by not telling my fiance that 2 of my mates on this Thailand trip brought hookers back with them.
Who gives a fuck?
What, hookers back all the way home? They've got shit. They've got business.
That's why he had to come home early. They gave away his ticket, his original ticket home, to a hooker.
Note, we're long distance. Yeah, because Thailand to New York.
It's quite a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She lives in New York, and I'm in NC.
North Carolina.
North Carolina, Ellie.
Not South Carolina.
Not South, because nothing happens
There's
in
nothing.
South. No, there's nothing.
Nobody
in there.
comes from South Carolina.
I don't know the distance between New York and North Carolina, but
It's very far.
it was explained to us a few weekends.
There.
What
That's
is that?
New York.
200 kilometers. Anyway, she lives in New York. I live in North Carolina. So when I go home, it's not like we share a home for me to come to her and reconnect.
Or on her.
Also, she's 30 and I'm 37. 8 to 12 hours. Wow. That is long distance.
But what's that? Driving? Like, you just
Or
fly.
walking.
You just fly, surely. Why would you
Imagine
not
if-
fly?
509.7 miles. Thank you,
Thank
Steve.
you. Very
So what is
useful.
that? What is that? Is that here to like Liverpool?
That's here. No, that's here to like Newcastle or Cumbria.
Yeah.
That's quite far. It's very far.
Swimming. Everything seems swimming.
I feel like I want to know how
8
far
to
in
12
ticket
miles.
to ride
This
points.
is
How many
2
trains would
fucking
it take?
pages.
So it does. North Carolina is on the ticket to ride.
It
board.
is, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's New York to
Charlotte.
Raleigh, and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's depends which way you go, really.
I'm in Thailand right now with 5 other guys. 2 are single and 3 in relationships. I personally haven't enjoyed much of this trip.
Maybe you should have tried some hookers. They probably would
It
have
would have.
raised your level of
Yeah.
enjoyment.
Done what you
Works
know.
for your
When in
friends.
Rome. I've spent most of the time on FaceTime with my girlfriend of 14 months. Oh my god, he's been so good. Instead of just hanging out in Thailand, he said, I'm not having a good time because I'm speaking to her all the time. I've avoided attention from women here. I'm not a fan of strip clubs and have never been a fan of them. All right, we get it. You don't have to prove your worthiness
You're
to us.
squeaky clean. We
get
understand.
it. You don't do anything. What I have enjoyed were the Muay Thai fights. Well, how do I say that? How do I say
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai? Is it Muay
You
Thai?
got it right, yeah.
Yeah. What I have enjoyed were Muay Thai fights, the food, the culture, etc. There's a lot in that, etc.
And also the hookers.
And also that. This trip has shown me that some guys really just want to come here to fuck around. No shit, it's Thailand.
Oh, guys just wanna fuck around.
Yes. Cyndi Lauper first draft.
Doo-doo-boo-boo.
I'm friend with 2 of the guys on this trip, and 3 of them I didn't know before. 2 of the guys I didn't know want to get drunk every night and find women. Usually that means going downtown and walking around.
Just go for a stroll.
Downtown walking around.
You want some fuck? Okay, great. Let's go.
Come, let's go.
That was easy.
Some things
First
are
time.
some things are entertaining as a spectator. Yeah, we know. Football, cricket. But I have had zero interest in talking to other women myself, and the 2 guys I'm friends with, you're not making this easy, mate. One married, one single, would never allow each other to mess up because we're friends back home, and I know my friend's wife, and they know my girlfriend. Right. So basically, part of the reason you're being so good
You're
is
on your
because
best behavior because Big Brother is watching.
someone's going to see you and report back. And there's no way. So I don't believe it's like, I've got to go and talk to her.
I've never liked strip clubs.
You would,
Never have.
You just gonna get caught. You know you're gonna get caught. A lot of people are explaining how many miles everything is. Folkestone to Liverpool is 290 miles. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I don't know why I think it's 5 hours. It's probably 500 miles. That's what my brain thinks, even though That doesn't make any sense.
Driving at 100 miles an hour.
I mean,
And
yeah,
not-
no. Now that I think, I never
And not
drove
on the
that
British
fast.
road system, because there's no possible way you could do that for
No.
the entire journey.
Honestly, not really thinking.
Most of that journey is going to be at fucking 3 miles an hour.
Basically, they know my girlfriend. Where I fucked up. Sunday, my friends and I went shopping for suits. Why? We also
Yeah,
bought...
why? You can just get a subscription to like Amazon Prime or something. It's
Yeah,
all
don't
on
buy
there.
the
You don't need to
DVD
buy
box
suits.
set.
You
We're
can
all a
just stream
fan.
it.
You know? Oh, yes. Smidge further than Folkestone to Edinburgh. That's interesting because it was going to take me 12 hours to drive. I should have thought about that. See, it would have worked out if I'd have used my brain.
12 hours?
I know. I was going to drive it as well.
No.
And then I didn't.
No, you fly.
No. But the reason was because I was going to take speakers and set up and lights.
Yeah.
They didn't give me a place at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So I never took it.
Plus COVID and shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, the year, it doesn't matter, but yes. Where I fucked up. We went shopping for suits. We also bought some other stuff. My married friend and I have been fighting a cough, and after eating dinner, we decided to head back to our villa. The other guys stayed out and wanted to get drunk. Later, they came back around 10 p.m. and said they had a girl coming over and a couple of her friends. These were obviously prostitutes.
Absolutely, yes.
2 girls showed up. My married friend and I had no interest, and we went in our rooms for a bit. I texted my girlfriend a bit, just chit-chatting. Our single friend was nearly blackout drunk, so we went and babysat him. The girls and the other guys were in the pool. My single friend was ready to pass out, so my married friend and I tucked him into bed. God, he's such a nice guy. I hate him. My married friend asked the other guys if they were ready to shut off the music. They agreed. I went to my room downstairs and FaceTimed my girlfriend. She had her whole family around. Sisters, nephews, etc.
And then a hooker walked through the back of the
That's
pram.
what it was getting. It's got to be. I was feeling really lovey-dovey, and I'm missing them all and wishing I was there. Her sister got hold of the phone, and I told her that I can't wait to marry my girlfriend. I'm going to propose soon. Oh, this guy's the fucking worst. The kids were then on FaceTime, and my girlfriend said I should show them a tour of the house.
Yeah, that sounds like a cracking idea. Why don't you do that?
I froze. I didn't tell her why, but I made some lame excuse why I couldn't. She called me back a few minutes later from privacy, and I showed her the house and everything. The music was still loud, and my married friend was cleaning up, but the girls and the other guys had gone back to their respective rooms. I lied, and I said we were just hanging out and winding the night down. She said she wasn't stupid, but left it alone. We talked on FaceTime till I fell asleep. Over the next 24 hours, we chatted. The topic never came up. God, Then today, I leave tomorrow. I changed my flight to come a few days earlier because I miss her. We talked for 3 hours. Oh, my God. I feel like I know your relationship. I've been on FaceTime with you. We're all fucking on it. Jesus. It feels like you... Why bother even going
Why
to...
did you go?
Why did you go to
honestly?
Thailand? If all you were going to do was talk to your girlfriend, stay at home and...
You could do that from New York.
Yeah. What was the fucking point? We talked for 3 hours about life and her stress with her sister, their business partners. She said she missed me and can't wait to see me. She had a couple cocktails in her living room, and the convo got a little sexy. I complimented her. She said she misses being intimate with me. Man, this fucking racy relationship. I complimented her. She said she misses being intimate. Then a switch flipped. She starts texting me that I think she's stupid and I'm a dumbass who can't be trusted. She has a feeling that there were a lot of girls there and I'm a liar. That she's done with me.
Mate, he has been on FaceTime with you for the entire trip. How on earth would he have found the time to fuck any hookers?
If some of the guys are single, why is it so hard to say some of them brought girls back? And the reason is because, and you're right, by the way, but he thinks that if he says that, oh yeah, if he thinks the mere mention of girls at all is going to implicate himself, even though he can say, Bob and Ted brought some girls back because Bob and Ted are single, but hey, babe, you know me. But rather than give her that, it probably shows that he's not really very secure in this relationship because he doesn't trust that she won't get it wrong. And P.S., he may well be right because it's
she's about to get it wrong without even doing it.
He didn't do it, and he's still getting... He didn't mention it, and he's still getting shit. She has a feeling there were a lot of girls there, and I'm a liar, that she's done with me. 2 days before, we were discussing buying land together to build a house on, to be ready when we get married. You know they have houses, but anyway. Just buy them.
Seems like a lot of effort for something that
I
already
told her
exists.
that I wanted to buy a chicken and kill it, form it into small sections, and then bread from it, and then deep fry it. And because I wanted some nuggets, and it's like, dude, you can just go to McDonald's. Just don't need to worry. Anyway, I was going to buy land together and all that bullshit I just said, and she told me she was ready to say yeah when I asked. Now she's like, fuck you, don't ever talk to me again. She blocked me. Her sister blocked me. Her whole family blocked me and said never to talk to her or sister again. She messaged my single friend who hasn't touched a woman here in Thailand, even though he's single, and told him he's disgusting. So she rings up the mate. She texts another single guy and says, and you're disgusting. I'm not even going out with you. Nothing to do with you. Told my single friend who hasn't touched a woman here, even though he's single, and told him he's disgusting, and she knows why he's lonely. She messaged my married friend's wife and told her that we had a bunch of women over. I love her. She's clearly hurting. I should have been honest. In the moment, I froze. I didn't want to throw the other guys under the bus, especially because one of the guys who did sleep with a girl is married. Listen, what happens in Thailand stays in Thailand. In fact, what happens anywhere stays anywhere. Don't trust what woman. Don't trust what woman says. That's a hot take, Alex.
All of them, or just this one?
Don't trust what woman says.
The entire gender.
I don't. Listen. Let's get some facts about it. But as a blanket statement, don't trust what she says, or I should have been honest. I didn't want to throw the other guys under the bus because one of the guys who's married did sleep with someone.
One of your friends did actually cheat.
Yeah, and he's trying to keep that under wraps.
Yeah.
I didn't know him before the trip, and we've never met his wife. He told us that
Fuck him then.
He told us that he cheats often, though. He's
right.
Like, hey, listen, I don't know you, buddy, but I feel I can tell you I cheat all the time. And he's like, okay, I don't know you, but thanks for the info.
Under the bus you go. Honestly.
Under the bus. Off you go.
Swiftly.
There's a bus. There's one coming along just now.
Yeah.
Here you go. Number
bus,
17.
Thy name is your wife. Under you go.
I also didn't want to tell her there are girls, but trust me, and then it blew up into something it wasn't. I want to be with her. I want to marry her. She's never done this before. Update. It's been about 12 hours.
12 hours? Let it percolate for a bit.
Coffee. I'm heading to the airport now to make the 25-hour trip home. 25 hours is longer than a day.
He's going via Alaska.
How does it make sense? He's go round and then a bit more. Go the other way, mate. It'll be an hour.
And that's maths.
That's just maths. Fucking this guy's got no idea. The more I think about this, the more annoyed and angry I am with her and her older sister. Her text included, "Sister's name was right about you." She's been sabotaging us from the beginning, trying to convince my girlfriend to not move in with me or move to Florida with her instead. To those who said I dodged a bullet, I think you might be right. This is an overreaction. I'm beginning to think I'm better off. I've gone back to Thailand to fuck a hooker. Doesn't say that, but I really wish it did. My friends have lost respect for her. My friend's wife, who she reached out... I mean, here's the thing. I'm kind of getting bored reading it, but the point of this is he was an absolute saint and perfect and virtuous all the time in Thailand, and his reward for that, and checking in, chatting with her, doing too much of this, his reward is for her to think that he was fucking... He may as well have done it!
For not doing the crime, his punishment is the time.
Yes. Sounds like what's going to happen on the stag do this weekend. Are you, Alex? Where's it? Are you going? Is this your stag do?
I'm going to Thailand.
Where are you going? I should say I don't think all women are untrustworthy. I think that a section of society is untrustworthy regardless of gender. But where are you going for your stag do? Because I think this was a stag do, yeah. Anyway, the bottom line is...
Stone Cold said so.
And that's the bottom line. I'll keep you posted. Please don't. Hopefully we just forget the other ever existed and become distant memories. Oh my God, he's really written her off. He's fucking written her off.
I mean, he probably could have just...
We've gone...
as a casual statement said, oh yeah, some of the other guys have hooked up. Some of them got hookers, blah, blah. But yeah.
He could have said, listen, the other day, your entire family asked me for a tour of the place, but I froze. And what I should have said, and what I'm going to say to you now, is that some of the other guys had some girls round, and it just wasn't appropriate to show you. I didn't want to tell you because... Honestly, I was worried you'd get the wrong idea.
I thought you'd react like you were going to.
But you're reacting like it anyway. So if anything, you're proving me right. But aside from that, let's just put it to one side and move on because we're obviously crazy about each other. And if you don't feel that way, then then this is belying a different issue than the one that is just. I don't believe this is the entire reason, but.
Yeah, there's a lot of insecurity here.
I'll keep you posted. Hopefully we just forget the other ever existed and become distant memories. I'll work on myself. Not doing a trip like this again. No, you should do it more.
Yeah, but actually do, the fun bits of it. Now that you're single.
Right, well, that's the end of that.
Silly
So
boy.
his fuck up, if I may say, and if you're still with me on this one, was to not be honest. It sounds like if he was honest, he would have got the same response, right?
No, I think his fuck up was going to Thailand when he clearly didn't want to go to Thailand.
No.
He should have gone to North Carolina instead, where there's things to do, unlike in South Carolina. You understand?
Alex, I'm also an Alex, by the way. Welcome in, Alex Howes. Good to see you. Good to have you here on Don't Get Me Started if you've never been here before. I don't recognize your name, but you found us on Facebook. Good to see you. I'm Alex. This is Jez. We're just talking bollocks for the next hour or so. It's good to have you here.
He knows who I am.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
You know Jez then. Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. Cool. Well, then I don't have to introduce all that stuff. We kind of just said that, but it's all true. Amsterdam's good. I've been to Amsterdam, and if you've never been, it is a bit kind of strange because I've never been to a red light district in my life until I went to the one in Amsterdam, and it was just like such a surreal experience, basically.
Yeah, I've never been to a red light district, but it just seems like so outside the norm that it's just a kind of novelty.
It was a massive novelty. It was really kind of like, okay, this is weird.
But you enjoy that.
Dom, welcome in, Dom. I don't get why people think stag do's are the time to engage with sex workers. If you want to do it, do it. But don't expect a pass or that it's automatic with the event. Some people just want to play games. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody expects to be able to fuck a hooker on their stag do and get away with it. I don't think that's how that works. But, like, strippers, what the fuck ever.
Going for the windmills, obviously. The windmills, the beautiful, and the tulips. And a wonderful thing. Well, good.
That has exhausted everything I know about Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Windmills and hookers.
And
weed.
Cannabis, yeah.
Not such a big deal anymore.
Smoking a pancake.
You can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we move on to our second fuck up of the day?
Yes. Doesn't look as long as the one I'm glad we got that one off the board.
Third if we count your one from earlier, but still.
Yes. Yeah, oh yeah. That one.
Hello, Ben, by the way. Absolute Bedlam. Welcome in. Today I fucked up by telling my wife her sister is a 6.
Okay. There's so much better.
Remember earlier when I said, I'll read you this title, and then I'm like, no, I won't read you this title because you will laugh.
Oh,
and,
stop.
And there it is.
Yes, this is great so far. This is good. We'll come back to things you find in Amsterdam, and it gets better. So read that title again, because that's just fucking gold.
Today I fucked up by telling my wife her sister is a 6.
Can I just say, I don't know if you're married and you say the sister's like a 10, then your wife is like, the fuck? And if you say she's like a 3...
Wait for it. Today, my wife and I were talking about superficial things like looks. I mentioned how I think people tend to rate others too highly, often giving out 9s or 10s, when most people are probably closer to 5, which I see as average.
Well, correct.
That is literally the average,
The
because that's
definition
how
of
maths
it
works.
I love saying, I should say, I remember one time somebody said something was, out of 10, he'd give them an average 7, which annoyed Matt Moat so much that now whenever we talk about having an average, I say, an average, like 7 out of 10 or something like that. But yes, carry on.
I explained that we probably know a few folks who might be a 6 or a 4, fewer who could be a 7 or a 3, and only a handful who might be seen as an 8 or a 2. And almost none.
Is he playing Catan? I'm so confused. He just needs to get some wood, mate.
And almost none who would be considered a 9, because perfection just doesn't exist. This guy just does not understand numbers. 9 is not the highest, so 10 would be... Oh, fucking hell. Numbers.
This guy's a bell curve, I'll tell you that, Dom.
Then my wife asked me where her sister would fit into this rating
I know
system.
I know where I'd fit into your sister. That would have been the next line, clearly, but unfortunately, he probably doesn't say that.
I mean, he might as well. He's already in trouble.
Where she said, and he was like, "Danger, Will Robinson." I'm not answering that fucking question.
Yeah, the alarm bell should have gone off at that
So
very
she's
moment.
like, "Where would you rate my sister?"
Nope.
Danger, no.
Not playing this game, love. Let's change the subject.
No. Honestly, if your significant other asks you to rate their sister,
You just
or,
knee-jerk
their
say
brother,
10.
whatever, like
Just knee-jerk 10. I mean, sorry, what?
nope.
Then my wife asked me where her sister would fit into this rating system. I instantly said, she's a 6.
No, he didn't even think.
With some extra explanation that it's more towards the higher end of 6.
Like 6.7.
Guess so, yeah. He doesn't do maths, so it was probably 6.9.
Yeah.
I also mentioned that I see myself as more of a 5 as well. Not super attractive, but maybe a bit better than average.
I wonder if there's like a tolerance between which is acceptable for you to date. Like a 5 can't date a 10, but a 5.2 can date a 7.1.
There is that theory. That does exist. Yeah. I think it came up on How I Met Your Mother. I think it's one of Barney's many theories. Yeah. I'm more offended by his use of numbers, frankly. It's really starting to piss me off. Anyway. But my attempt to explain that being a 6 is an okay kind of beautiful seemed to upset her. Especially since the sister I'm talking about is her identical twin.
This isn't real. No, this is too perfect a story. This is fucking incredible. So if it's real, she was really just asking to find out about herself, effectively. No, it's not. It can't be. You can't. It's such a great pullback. It's such a great pullback reveal, isn't it? You're close in on this,
It's so
and it
well
brings
written,
it back.
if
It's
nothing
just
else. Yeah.
absolutely perfect. No. It's too good. That's a really good joke.
It is good.
You're the asshole.
The reasoning behind that number is that I don't want to make things weird.
Too late, mate. Don't want to make things weird.
Maybe circle back to the beginning.
None of these guys know how not to
And
make
run.
things... Run. Honestly, the guy that was in Thailand fucked it up. They never know when the fuck up's happening. You never know that you're in the fuck up.
And then it's too late.
It's too late.
Looking back.
Yes, looking back on your relationship.
Over my shoulder. I realise that these kinds of shallow conversations aren't good for relationships. You know, shit, buddy.
It turns out, plot twist, he was talking to the twin. She'd swapped herself.
Hindsight being 20/20, unlike his eyesight. Relationships, because there is no scenario where I would win.
No, we all know that.
Well, unless this somehow led to you banging her and her sister at the same time, you know?
Just don't answer that question.
Everyone wants the twins.
Just have to say, I mean, surely now we know what we know. He says 10, right? Because he has to say 10.
There's no good answer. You say 10, it's like, oh, you think my sister's fit, do you?
Well, I have to, because she's your twin. And you're the most beautiful woman.
But we're not really identical. We look a bit different. So you think, if she's a 10, what am I? Am I a 9?
Yeah, if that's the case, you have to kind of, if you're non-identical twins, you have to say, well, you know, obviously...
They are identical. But
they are identical.
But that doesn't mean that she believes that they look the same.
I mean, that's what...
Sister
Sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, is that the nun in the
That's the X-rated version of the Tia and Tamara sitcom from the 90s.
The catering nun.
Sister Sandwich!
Sister Sandwich, can you make me a baguette? I'm Sister Sandwich, not Sister Baguette. Fuck off. You're thinking about the French nun.
Yeah.
But like, if he knows they're identical, the safest thing is just to go...
away. The safest thing is to go away. Exactly.
I dated twins. And
Both of them at the same time?
No.
Oh, fail.
I say I dated twins. I dated a girl who was twins. What I meant to say is I dated a girl.
That's not as exciting.
No, I'm sorry that it wasn't. What I mean to say is I was in a similar situation. Like you date someone who's got an identical. They weren't identical. I can tell it. But anyway,
how much did they have to remove before you could tell the difference?
How much?
Their birthmarks, or ask him for a friend, obviously.
I mean, I could.
No,
I could. They were not identical.
Above nothing. Not really asking for any reason at all.
These guys are identical, and
thank you for the anonymous gift.
These guys are identical. You just go like, "What would you rate my sister?" Well, you look the same as her, so 10, baby. And then she'd be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, you're either the same or you're not." But
it's a 50-50 chance either way.
This story is getting increasingly mundane. Love that stuff. Alex Howes did say, I saw Dare Alex to rate Keris. You don't have to repeat it. I saw it. I didn't ignore it. I was just doing this. Keris is a 10 out of 10. She's amazing on every level. How could I think anything different? This is not a secret. I've told her many times.
Yeah, he literally has, actually.
Yeah. This is she doesn't need to hear it again. There's too much.
She's got an ego enough as it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start dropping her points. Was there any more? I don't know.
There is more.
Oh, there is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I went really high. Oh, there is.
Basically, him digging his hole a little bit further and really regretting his life choices. Looking back, I realize these kinds of shallow conversations are good for a relationship because there is no scenario I would win, and it would eventually lead to hurt feelings. Now, I need to figure out how to make things right. Too late, and show her that her rating in my eyes are in fact an 11. Well,
but you've said you can't go up to 10 because 10 is perfection, and perfection doesn't exist.
Yeah, you didn't even get to 10.
You already said
9 is perfection.
You said 9 is as good as it will be, so you can't be an 11, mate. You're fucked.
Yeah, and she knows that you're shit at math, so 11's definitely going to be a lie. What you should do is go back in time and run. I can't express this any clearer.
Stop.
Just fucking run. Don't answer stupid fucking questions like that, you klutz.
This story is getting increasingly mundane. Such a great line.
TLDR, I told my wife her identical twin is a 6 because I didn't want to make things weird. Now she's mad at me because I see her as a 6 as well.
Yes. How did he not see that coming? Does he? You know when you're playing chess and you're 3 moves ahead, how is he the same move ahead as he's doing it? Or he's 1 move behind everything he's doing?
While some people are playing chess, he's playing Super Mario.
I don't understand how he doesn't know the checkmate was coming. You know, it's like, so what would you rate my sister, my identical twin? I don't want to be weird. It is her sister. I better say something.
6.
Oh my god, today you fucked up, buddy, by just like not understanding how life works. These poor guys, they need my help. They should have written in with Agony with Alex.
They should have done.
Every time this happens, they should just message me.
When she asked the question, he should have gone, hold on, I know who can.
I just
who
need
can
to
help with
answer.
this. I just need to write a letter to Alex on Don't Get Me Started.
Find out, should I answer?
It's got a whole thing about it. Just bear with me. I'll get back to you in 7 days or so.
Oh. Always answer the girl's question. More fun, especially when they say stuff like, does my butt look big in this? So, you know, I don't often get that question, and it's one of those cliche things that I don't really believe gets answered, but I'm more than happy to answer things honestly if you have enough wherewithal to be able to...
To be fair, the correct answer to that has changed over the last, 10 years. 10, 15 years ago, does my butt look big in this? The correct answer was no. Now, the correct answer is yes.
Yeah.
Because, baby want back.
Yeah. All that junk inside your trunk.
Yeah.
Those lovely lady lumps.
Check it out.
If I fucked up like that, I back myself to convince her that I saw her as a 7 to 8 because attractiveness is more than just looks. Boom.
At this point, mate, you need to double down and just try and get the both of them at the same time because otherwise the whole thing's fucked as it is. So you might as well go all in.
You should convince them that you were talking about what their name was rated when you added it up in Scrabble or something like that. It's like, oh, so 6 because she's Jane and an E is worth 4 and the others are all worth 1 or something like that. Or, you know.
I mean, he doesn't really understand that 5 is an average, so I don't think
he's going to know what Scrabble's worth.
Got an intimate knowledge of Scrabble scores off the top of his head.
Truth is good. It didn't help him here, but if he could have just said, oh, stop it. This was a loaded question from the start, so sharp. Yeah. Maybe he was negging them to get a threesome. Boom. Normally you have to pay. Bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off. But normally in negging, you have to find the less attractive friend to, kind of, or other, you find the more, less attractive friend more attractive and all that sort of game playing bullshit. But if they look the same, it's hard to neg someone when they're identical, right? Because then they're both getting negged. Yeah, maybe the double neg could work.
The correct answer was probably something like, yeah, she's all right. I mean, she looks like someone who's really fit. Can't put my finger on who.
A double negative is proof positive.
Or can I?
Yes, indeed.
Should have asked the mother as well.
You know this guy, Alex?
I do, yeah. He's
how do you know?
Childhood friend, school friend.
Ah, okay. And you don't see each other anymore? Drifted apart?
He lives far away.
Ah, yeah. Probably for the best. You've both got bad genes, but I still like you both. Is that to us? You're right, though. I was only saying earlier how I have terrible cholesterol.
I think that was on our poster, wasn't it?
Both got bad genes.
Both got bad genes, but still likable.
Yeah, it's not yet short wearing weather. We know that.
No, not
I feel you can take it, Alex. I know you. I feel you can take it.
He can take it.
You can. I know you. You like a bit of banter. I can tell.
I can tell.
Which is why I gave it to you.
He definitely likes a bit of banter.
Yeah.
I think I might have told you about Alex in the past, in that he didn't get on with a lot of our friends historically.
He was ahead of his time.
Especially one specific name sharing person.
Another Alex.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
But the other time in university, another friend of ours, Mike, Alex did not get on with at all. And while Mike would try and engage Alex in some like witty repartee and say some really clever cutting things. Pasty, indeed, yes.
His nickname.
That was his nickname.
Mike's nickname is Pasty.
He was from Cornwall. So
clever.
Obviously
I get it. He was
called Pasty.
So hold on, wait. This is when you were all in school in Wales?
This was in university.
Oh, this is university?
Yeah.
Okay. And some guy also was at university with you called Mike, and he came from Cornwall, and you called him Pasty.
Correct. We already had too many Mikes.
Who came up with that? I just want you sitting around going, we can't call you Mike, mate. We've got loads of Mikes. You're going to be Pasty from now on.
I think he was already called Pasty when I met him, so I don't know who came up with it. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Pasty was giving it large with all this really clever, cutting, witty repartee, and Alex was just like, whatever, mate, fuck off, you're gay.
And
it's just like whenever like something really clever and well crafted, Mike would barber him and it's like, but you're gay. And just kept popping it back at him. Now, obviously, that kind of homophobic parlance was of its time and not cool then and not cool now. But you get the idea.
So, have you ever seen Pasty now?
No.
This is where Alex needs to find another Jez. Then one day we find the presenters have changed. I don't think I'm ever going to find another Jez. I don't know any other Jez's.
I'm one of a kind.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh yeah, he does. He does.
Unbelievable.
Still Pasty.
Unbelievable.
Still see Pasty. Didn't like him and sees him the most out of all of us probably. There you go.
So what time is it? It's 20 past 9. Fucking hell, we're talking for ages. That's the end of Today I Fucked Up.
It is. Yes. Would you like to do a little palate cleanser-y thing in between?
Yeah. Have you got all the?
You keep pointing at things. I don't have any of the things you're pointing at. But yeah.
No, I was going to say the whole thing lost colour and did a strange thing.
Oh.
But what I want to say is the thing that was ripped a little bit on your board. Wasn't it like you have don't you have a confession or a? No,
that's an iter. I've got arthritis.
Do we have any controversial opinions?
I don't have anything like that written down. Our only options are something like a cool wall. Maybe we haven't done a cool wall in a while, or
I see. Yeah. For some reason, unless anyone's got anything they want to put in the sea, because I don't have anything to put in the sea. The sea's getting pretty full, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I mean, there's only so many things that can piss me off. I think there's probably still hundreds more, but I haven't had any in the last fortnight.
Is the king dead?
Yeah, there is this. Have you heard about this?
What?
So
King Charles, the king.
Yeah.
Long live the king.
I don't know anything from the last couple of hours, so if something else has transpired, then do let us know.
I'm going to look it up.
But this morning it was said that Buckingham Palace had a royal announcement to make today, and it was suggested, but not corroborated by anybody,
Yes.
that King Charles had died on Sunday, and that they were going to announce it today.
Right, I see. According to this, it says Russian media falsely claims King Charles is dead.
Right.
King Charles III is not dead yet, despite rumours.
And according to Harmstone, there has been no royal announcement. So there you go. It all is not true. I don't think you could actually hide something as big as the king is dead.
No.
Really.
Unless they replaced him with somebody else that looks like the king.
Nobody looks like that guy. Have you seen him?
I have seen him.
Apart from maybe one of those massive Easter Island statues. You could probably just slide that into Buckingham Palace and it'd be pretty passable.
There was a thing where like Paul McCartney died. He didn't really die, but
I was going to say I thought he wasn't.
well, he is. Wow,
Is he dead?
no,
Right.
Or is he? Because
I really don't know now.
the conspiracy is that he died and they replaced him.
Oh, that's cool.
In the height of Beatlemania, he died, and he died. I think he died. He died at age. I want to say he died at 28, and the idea was that he died, and then rather than just tell everyone, they just found someone that looked like him, and then loads of people were like, have you noticed how he's slightly shorter than he was before, and all this sort of stuff, and there's a whole bunch of things. And
Have you noticed how he couldn't sing before and now he still can't sing?
But apparently, that was one of the things. Paul is dead. And if you play
Along with
Magical
the Paul.
Mystery Tour backwards, it says Paul is dead. He was replaced on the Abbey Road album cover. And in the background, in the Beatle in the background on the Abbey Road cover says 28 if. Apparently on the registration of the Beatle to suggest how old he would be if he hadn't died.
Volkswagen, not Insect.
Yeah, Sergeant Pepper's has Paul is dead. On the VW, yeah, on the reg.
So
there's lots of things.
So they lent into it then.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yeah.
But if you had pulled off the greatest replacement in history, would you really spend your time trying to give little Easter eggs about how Paul is dead?
No.
Well, we all know Avril Lavigne was replaced.
She has to have been replaced.
What?
No,
I love this as a.
Have you seen Avril Lavigne in 2001 and then looked at Avril Lavigne now?
No.
She looks exactly the same.
Good for
She
her.
has not aged. Yeah.
Listen.
She was fit then and she's fit now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has not aged a single day. She looks exactly the same.
Nice.
Yeah. Elvis's dad says, well, yeah.
Elvis is dead.
And get over it, honestly.
Elvis is dead.
Like, so many people.
I do love a conspiracy theory. She married Chet Kroger on Canada Day.
Why?
From
Nickelback. The Nickelback lead singer, Chad Kroger.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
They're both Canadian, Robin.
Canadian Robin. My friend told me something about. Actually, it's more of a Christmas piece of info, so maybe I should save it for Christmas.
You won't remember at Christmas. Tell it now.
Christmas fact about Chad Kroger is that he loves a nativity, and he tries to be in as many nativities as he possibly can. Apparently, he was in it as Joseph, and he was in it as one of the shepherds, but he's never made it as a wise man.
No, I shouldn't have laughed at that. I feel bad now. I should not have laughed at that. As he started telling the joke, I knew it was coming. I'm like, no, I'm not going to laugh at this.
Oh, shit, me. Oh,
You've let me down, Alex. You've let yourself down, and you've let everyone down.
Alex, is that? I don't even know Alex. God damn it. Oh. I used to have Avril's number, which is a longer story I'll tell sometime.
Please
I like
do.
it. Nice.
And if you still got it.
I'm leaving. I'm going to North Carolina. I'm not putting up with this bullshit. If you want to tell that joke, you might want to build it up a bit more. I was wanting to get on with it, but you can kind of say, yeah, he tries to do it in every one of the states. He's trying to go around all the states, doing a nativity in every state. And he's been every character in the nativity. He's been Joseph. He's even played Mary. He's played like the donkey. He's played the shepherds. Never made it as a wise man. And that's how you really deliver the joke. But
I think it was stupid enough as it was.
It was stupid. Now there you
It
go.
was good.
Feel free to share that joke and tell other people.
Yes.
Um,
Spread the...
You have to wait for Chad Kroger
Joy?
to come up, though. You can't really... It needs to be authentic. So wait for your good friend to mention. Chad
So are we just go straight to item?
Kroger. Misery.
Misery. That is the word. Thank you. Yeah. I should have.
You shouldn't need that kind of commitment for a joke about Chad Kroger. I don't... What, you mean what, like...
It's just in the
You have
the stand-up
to.
comedian's repertoire, isn't it?
You
to
gotta.
have shit like that.
Oh my god. I love that. Really seems to have hit Ellie perfectly. This is my evening is complete because it just seems to have
You found your Ellie niche.
Oh yeah. It
To
seems
speak
like
the
it's such a
local.
bad joke that it just was like, oh no, shut up, fuck. I can only imagine all the way somewhere over in South Carolina, I've just like triggered /
It's because you started it so deadpan, as if you were delivering some genuine information.
Yeah, I know. That's the best
The
bit about-
delivery helped.
Yeah,
really
it does
did.
help.
Yeah. It's almost like he does this. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
We can just do Am I the Arse? I don't
Yeah.
really know if there's anything I want to put necessarily in the C.
That joke.
Put that C in the joke. Put that C in the joke? Put that joke in the C.
You can take the joke out of the C, but you can't take the C out of the joke.
Deadpan is the best way. It is the best
I mean,
way.
I do have 3 iters, so maybe we should just get the fuck on with it.
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Maybe I'll do that this Friday. This Friday, I'm doing a music stream right here on this sofa on my channel. Always Be Chatting, twitch.tv/Always Be Chatting. Do come along here at 7:30 this Friday. We're going to be singing some songs. Won't just be me. I'll have some special guests who want to sing with me.
I don't think you can call people special anymore.
No,
It's frowned upon.
VIPs.
There you go.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it. Will be one of the lyrics I'll be singing that night. And maybe we'll do some Nickelback. DTS. I don't know if DTS is very, very busy. I don't know if I can afford DTS, but maybe.
There's BTS.
Oh, we get BTS. Yeah.
I mean, you could at least get some of them. There's like 9 of them, isn't there?
Right, down to sing. We'll be down to sing.
I read that as down to sing. Yeah.
I presume he meant DTS in the singer, but
Armstrong outing himself as a BTS stan. With
I thought he was just correcting what
the
time I
correct
was starting
number
that
of
night.
7.
Please do pop in, suggest songs to sing, that rhyme, and sing along with us at home. It'll be around this sort of time.
It's so dreamy. I mean, more importantly, like not to shit all over your Friday night plans, but our Saturday night plans is the next session in Ticket to Ride Legacy.
I know, Ticket to Ride Legacy!
And that I am more excited about.
Yes, I can imagine. It's
'Cause
going
it
to be a
involves
big
me.
weekend.
And trains.
Yes.
And punching
Things.
chickens.
Yeah, it is good. It
So
is good.
excited.
It's going to be a great weekend, big weekend. All the best people are going to be here. It's going to be fucking superb, and I really hope you'll join us here on the sofa this Friday. Double sofa this week because I'm not
Because you
humping all this.
dismantled Studio B.
Yeah, Studio B is
So if you're streaming, it's here or nowhere.
yeah, basically.
Or in a random hotel room in Germany.
Yes. I do wonder if I can get away with a stream while I'm in Japan, but I can't. I'm not taking anything with me, so whether me and Tom could do something, I don't know. Ticket to Ride Legacy is a legacy version of the board game Ticket to Ride, where you continue playing legacy games, or where the game keeps going every time you pick up your box, your board game, and play it again.
You get
Basically,
to fuck up the game as you go.
yeah.
Stamp
Board
it
games,
and
when you
shit.
play them, it's a new game every time. Legacy board games continue where you left off in an ongoing storyline. So we've been playing this for like 2 or 3 sessions, basically. And there's an ongoing. You explore America.
Yeah.
Basically.
Whereas in the normal Ticket to Ride, you lay out your map and that's the entire thing. We've been adding to the map, expanding across America as we go, and unlocking new like kind of concepts and things as we go.
Yeah.
And it's got a thing. There you
Jim
go.
Bindar.
There you go. In reference to your
Yeah.
your
Good to
question
see you. Welcome in.
that we hadn't seen a certain Jim Bin in a while.
Yeah, that's true. The only live stream we have time for in Japan is at the wrestling.
Yeah, stream me the entire. I mean, I've got a New Japan World subscription, but you should still just stream the entire event to me.
Oh yeah, I've got to get tickets. I really want to sit in the front row for that. I've got to tell him to get me front row tickets. It's normally about time when he comes in. Tom, front row tickets. Um,
I think that ship might have sailed, mate. To be honest,
no, I don't know.
because they've already started advertising it on TV. So
Oh,
like it's on the schedule now. Like before a live stream starts, they lay out like the next 10 events.
we'll find
And it's
out.
on the schedule now. So yeah.
Well, I mentioned it to him before.
You don't want to be in the front row anyway, because if I may derail everything that we're talking about,
Yeah.
You're going to it in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
In Ryogoku Hall.
In Kurokan.
Oh yeah, Kurakan Hall. Yeah. So where you actually want to be is at the back, next to the big sign that says East,
Oh, okay.
because every time they go to that arena, somebody's head gets fucking bounced off that sign.
Really?
Yes.
I need to go back near the sign that says East.
And it's where Shota Umino will inevitably enter from, because he never just comes down the ramp. He comes from random places. So
Isn't the front row the splash zone?
you will get splashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Perry will throw some water on you. Evil will throw someone on you. And Sonada will sweat on you, but that's not so bad, because Sonada is a sexy man.
Do you still have a leaky roof? I've missed most of the previously on Alex's roof.
Most of the previous season. I do like to think that we do this show in seasons.
I like that too. No, the leaky roof has been solved. You draw a line under that. It's nothing funny about that anymore. It's all sorted out. But thank you for asking.
There's nothing funny about a fixed roof.
No. That's my favourite place to be, says Captain Brilliant, in the splash zone. Yeah. I don't doubt it. It's, it just conjures up images of you splashing around.
On yourself, mostly.
Yeah.
I don't like that image at all.
Right.
Are we ready?
I was born ready.
Introduce the segment.
Let's go to our final segment that we all love. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
We've got 3. My legs are all out.
3.
3.
Yeah, mine's gone dead, but I fear if I move it that my entire body is just going to turn to jelly and I'll fall on the floor and crack my head open on your coffee table. So I'm just kind of dealing with it.
Oh, I had something to tell you about, which has nothing to do with this. Maybe I'll tell you after this.
Hang on.
It was the thing I said I had something to tell you. Wait. Are you trying to... Yeah.
I'm trying to give my leg feeling again.
Oh, jelly legs, Jez.
There you go. That'll do. Oh, look. That sock needs to be thrown away, doesn't it? Look at that.
Am I the arsehole?
Feet are wrong.
This is exactly why I need this. Actually, yes.
Okay, you need to speak to me. Sorry.
No, but I'm going to tell you this now before we do the Am I the Arsehole, because otherwise you have to do it afterwards, which I don't mind.
Okay.
But
I mean, I already pressed the button and did the sting, but
let's
sure.
do this. That sock is permafuck. Do you know something? Curly came over at Christmas, and he was sitting here next to me.
That one's a bit better, but
Show me your sock.
That one's gonna die soon.
Oh, that's fine.
You can get away with that one, but that one, that's gone.
Show me that. Mate, these socks are fine. You should have seen Curly's sock. Curly was sitting next to me, and he had like 8 different holes in different places. His toes were out, his heel was out, and the sole was out. Everything about it. I'm like, mate,
I can't abide.
Throw the fucking sock away.
I can't abide it.
So many holes
It's
in
like
that
my
sock.
skin just goes through the holes, and I'm like, no, don't like it. I mean, I don't like feet at the best of times, so
That's grim. It's really not grim. I mean, I know that you don't like that sort of thing, but
yeah.
So let me tell you this quickly.
Okay.
I know you pressed the sting. I know this isn't Am I the Arsehole, but I got to mention it because old acid features. There is a new Punch Drunk show.
Oh,
So for those people who ever went or ever knew, there's a new Punch Drunk show, and people are going crazy about it. If you're fans of that sort of stuff, because there's priority booking, everyone's lost their minds. It's not a big roaming round there for 3 hours kind of sandboxy show like the Burnt City or the Drowned Man or any of that stuff. If you care about that shit, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then just look up punchdrunk.com.
or just ignore him.
Or just don't give a fuck. But they've brought a new one out called Viola's Room, and it's a 1 hour show, and it's 6 people at a time, and you go around and you see all this stuff, and they direct you with audio, headphones, and stuff like that. And it seems interesting, and one of the points is you have to be completely barefoot.
No! No! Come for the immersive theatre.
I should have told you at the
Leave
end.
with a Veruca.
I told you, should have told you at the end. I should have left it until the end. Now that I think about it, if I'd have known. But that's... Yeah, I'm out.
No.
You have to be barefoot. Aletha, I didn't tell her that.
No.
Immersive foot.
Why?
This is amazing.
I'm wearing socks.
What a
You can fuck
reaction!
off.
Feet are wrong. Immerse your feet.
You can't enforce this, you cunts. It's not going to happen.
And by the way, a friend of mine on this website on the Facebook group said he's bought tickets, really pleased, but unfortunately, and it says underneath it something like, you will have to take your shoes off for this performance as part of it.
I mean, taking shoes off is fine.
But like, be it barefoot.
Barefoot is different.
Yeah.
Like, I'll walk around in my socks. That's no problem. Today's stream is not sponsored by Pepsi Max, but we remain hopeful.
Yeah. I was going to see if I could find out. But yeah, they basically...
My feet were immersed in jazz. They were not. Feet are wrong. Old foot discharge jazz.
Yeah, because if you go around and people have got dodgy foot-related...
Yeah. Like...
It's one hell of a feat.
One person comes into that show with a verruca, 6 people an hour over the course of
one man enter
day.
with verruca, 6 men leave with verrucas.
It's like the shittest Royal Rumble of all time.
2 feet have got to touch the ground with verrucas. What do you do if someone has a verruca? Do they check? I don't know.
Yeah, you know, you were like, I should have waited till the end to tell you. You should have never told me. Ever.
I don't know.
Unless I was like, I want to go to this thing. And you'd be like, no, you don't. You have to go around barefoot.
I would never have let you not know. That would have been
Thank
just
you.
like,
I appreciate that.
would never have surprised you. It would be horrific.
It would have been a fucking deal breaker. Let
I
me tell you.
know.
I'd have been like, okay, well, I guess that's me then. I'll go to Five Guys instead. See you later.
They
Bye.
make you walk through a trough like from foot and mouth times. You'll remember foot and mouth times.
Oh man, foot and mouth. Yeah.
Do they still do that at the swimming pool? Like have a little kind of trophy bit that you have to walk through. When I was a kid, you had to walk through a kind of a little chloriney bath.
Do you know? I don't think they do that anymore. It's a doo-doo.
You did say doo-doo. At the end, you have to suck each other's toes. It's like a circle jerk, but it's like a toe suck circle. A toe circle.
Captain Brilliant, it's not too late to ban you, let me say.
Oh god, I'm so hard. Stop. I can only get so erect.
Right.
You're going to Viola's room.
Right, so I think the conclusion that we've all
kind
reached, punch drunk, arsehole. You will not get me out to have my feet out.
I'm going to cut this whole segment and put
send
it
it to
on
them.
and put it on the group thing that I'm on. Oh my god.
Who is this monster of an anonymous? Yes, the anonymous gifter. Sharing the love. Subscriptions for Dr. Fruitbat, Jim Bin Nar, and Captain Brilliant. Don't give it to Captain Brilliant. He doesn't deserve it. This
Can you imagine these people
nonsense.
who are like, got this new show. It's based on my old show, but we're redoing it, and with the benefit of the years of experience in the theatre and immersive world, we've made it even better. That sounds really great. What's it called? It's called Viola's Room. It's going to be an auditory, sensory kind of site-responsive space thing.
Sensory. No.
And it's going to be really great. 6 people, very personalised storyline. Sounds amazing. Yeah, sounds great. Let's do it. Going to be barefoot. We're going to charge £40 a ticket. What did you say? What did you just say? It's going to be £40 a ticket. No, before the £40 a ticket. It's going to be barefoot. Right, that might weird some people out. Listen.
Could I pay double to not get my feet out? Is that a possibility?
I don't know. Is there a sock option for £80?
Like a clogs subsidy. Maybe.
Welcome in, Owen. Good to see you.
Yeah, that was a great entrance, by the way. Speaking of arseholes.
Speaking of arseholes.
Yes, great entrance. Yeah, I can definitely slip a guy a tenner to put clogs on instead, maybe.
A little mouse with clogs on.
Yeah.
Well, I declare.
Right.
Am I the arsehole?
I do feel appropriately disgusted. Thank you very much for that.
We all knew Felix is a fucking weird dude. Well,
Let's
proof be
move
if
on.
proof be needs be.
I hate when you say that because it just makes my brain hurt.
It's such bullshit. Yeah. Proof be if proof be needs be. Slip him a toe.
Yeah.
Never done that, but maybe this one.
Now then,
Not get out. Are Crocs acceptable? They're never acceptable in or out of immersive theatre.
unless you're trying to get circly sunburn on your feet, in which case it's kind of funny.
Unless you're trying to disguise yourself as a cunt.
Now, I was going to try and save this one for when Duncan was here, but
Yeah.
one can't wait to trigger a man forever.
One does not simply wait for Duncan to be
No.
triggered.
Because as we all know, Duncan is a cunt.
That
and,
is... I had forgotten that.
as is proven by the fact that he's not here right now to
Mm.
be triggered. by me and this Ita. But here we go. Maybe we'll send it to him.
Oh,
We're just going to clip out all of this show and send it to people to.
Well, I
fuck
might
them
see
off.
him soon. So
Here you go. Am I the arsehole?
yes, you are.
I told my brother to man up and face reality.
I can see why that would be a good one for Duncan. Maybe he'll be here. Maybe he'll just
Maybe
suddenly
he's
appear.
lurking.
Yeah.
Am I the arsehole? I told my brother to man up and face reality.
Yes, you no-shoe motherfucker. Captain Brilliant's going to go into this show. Are you happy to take your shoes off, Captain Brilliant? That's what I want to know. Anyway,
he won't just take his shoes off.
He'll take everything off. You'll just keep taking things off. Actually, it's just your shoes, mate. It's like, yeah, but the shoes go with the trousers and the trousers with the shirt. So I got,
In for a penny, in for a pound. We are in a family business. My father,
But
65.
Hey,
Gonna
forget
make you
about
an offer
it.
you can't refuse.
Forget about I was going to say, forget about it. Just take your shoes off. I'm totally naked. Not me, him. I'm reading the chat. Sorry, carry on. Sorry. You're in family business.
We're in a family business. My father, 65, brother, 30M, and myself, 26M. My brother and I were talking the...
Were they talk? Is that the bit where you couldn't talk?
I'll read that again, but I'll actually read it this time. My brother and I were talking, and the topic came up of what would happen if my father passes tomorrow. My brother said that he was not ready for that, and that he does not know what he will do without my father there to guide and support him. I told him that our father won't be there forever. I told him that our father won't be there forever.
Well, that's just true.
And that we must be ready for when that day comes because we don't have a choice. It's going to happen. Now my brother is saying that I am not sensitive and inconsiderate towards his feelings, and that I would be happy if my father passes away.
Wow, that is hearing what you're not saying.
Am I the arsehole for telling him to man up and face reality?
Well, I mean, by the way, I thought that was going to be a very different Am I the Arsehole? He's just like learning that his father is mortal for the first time.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's a pretty big. There are lots of leaps in this. Perhaps they should enter a long jump or triple jump competition.
part arsehole, part twit.
Yeah. So he is the 26M.
Yes.
The brother, 4 years older, was like, well, he's going to die sometime. Fucking deal with it.
I'll never die. I just can't get away from Captain Brilliant's dragging his balls along the floor. Exactly where my no shoe Jeremy will be shuffling. Jeremy's never going to this show.
No.
Will never.
Not until they rescind this atrocious no shoe, no socks, no shish rule.
This shoe embargo they've got going on. Embargo shoe. I mean,
do you know? I think I might struggle when my father dies. Fuck you, he's going to die soon.
What if he died today? What if he died tomorrow? What are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a grip, mate. He's going to be dead before you know it.
This poor person. I don't know. What's this? Am I also telling my brother? I mean, I think you're a bit of a dick. Clearly, you don't know your brother very well if you're able to kind of like trigger him in such a.
Oh, wait, he told the older brother. I'm getting confused here. So he's 26, his brother's 30. So he's telling his older brother that he's going to die.
Like, listen.
I mean, statistically, mate, you're probably going to die before me.
We're all going to die.
Yeah. I tell my brother to hurry up and die so I can get his money. He's worth more dead than alive. Because I want him dead for the money.
There's an easier way to tell him that this is happening. No need to be a cunt. There is no need to be a cunt.
There is that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like he's even being a funny cunt, really. He's just taking an innocuous yes, you may. He's just taking an innocuous conversation where it's like, yeah, I'm going to struggle when our dad dies, speaking the obvious, because not many people at least, celebrate their father's death. And he's jumped straight to, yeah, well, you better get used to it because people die, including our dad, so fuck you, he's going to die.
No need to be a cunt
soon.
Is probably is the correct summing up.
Yeah. And so, am I the arsehole? I told my brother to man up and face reality. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Arsehole.
You're being a dick.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily. Rather than a funny dick. Shall I read mine?
Yes.
as that is how this section works. Am I the arsehole?
You are indeed, yes. Thank you for asking.
I thought I'd clear it up. Am I the arsehole for leaving my in-laws to find their own transportation home? Thank you, Will. Thank you for believing in me. Am I the arsehole for leaving my in-laws to find their own transportation home?
No, love it. Says
No.
Captain Brilliant. Nice.
They're still out there somewhere, wandering around in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. My wife, 38F, and I, 41M, took her parents for dinner at an Indian restaurant. They haven't been seen since. Earlier this evening. They don't like driving at night anymore, and their house was only a short detour, so we offered to take them. We arrive at the restaurant, and that's when the fun begins. Shit me. Talk about a teaser. Like, that's all you need. What a lean piece of stuff. Roll the fucking credits. And that's when the fun begins.
It's a bit like a YouTube video. It's like, but before we get to that, make sure that you have subscribed.
Like and subscribe.
And like
Stay
this
till the
video.
end to find out if they ever get home. The truth may surprise you. Yeah, we arrive at the restaurant, and that's when the fun begins. I thought 38 was F. I thought that was a bit weird. No, yes, it happens a lot. And he's 41M.
That's how Reddit works. You share your bra size in every post.
Yeah. Yeah. Bow, 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 bow. This is the intro bit before they get to the next bit.
We've had the prologue. This is the opening credits. We're preparing for Act 1.
Yeah, Act 1. We told them multiple times before making the reservation that it was an Indian restaurant. They proceed to look at the menus and then complain that they don't like the look of anything. I suggest they get a korma and butter chicken between them.
Lazy.
My wife supports the idea. I concur. Good idea. Yes, good idea. The people next to us also concur. And they grumble, but agree. The waiter comes to take our order. My wife orders. I order.
People order, we get it.
This guy's storytelling. So I ordered. My wife ordered. Then it came time for my in-laws to order. They say nothing and turn to look at my wife. She sighs and then orders for them. The waiter leaves and she whispers to them, demanding to know what just happened. Her father uses his outdoor voice. Oh my God. His outdoor voice, his loud voice, to bemoan Muslim terrorists coming into our country. Wow, that really fucking took a turn.
Yeah. We went on a journey there, folks.
I draw in my breath, not wanting to say anything I'd later regret.
I mean, why break the habit of the room?
Yeah, right, you know. My wife testily replies that A, India is majority Hindu, and B, not all Muslims are terrorists. I'd have thought she'd have led with that, but anyway. My father dismisses her with, they're all the same. Oh. And then goes on into how 2 of his friends died during 9/11 for about the 400th time and how she should have some respect. I mean, you first. The food arrives and it's good. My wife and I both enjoy it. My in-laws eat it and make a show of complaining, but by the end, both their plates are almost empty.
This is fucking awful.
Yeah, right. The way this is written is incredible.
Yeah, truly fucking terrible. Wipes up the juice with his poppadom. Worst I've eaten.
They should make a show of complaining, but by the end, both their plates are almost empty. Liars. Now, my wife and I were prepared to pay.
It's the lies that's the problem.
Liars, yeah, like the racism.
Not the rampant racism.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now, my wife and I were prepared to pay, but before we can even make the offer, her mother tells us, "You invited us, so you should pay." Her father chimes in with, "But don't tip more than 10%. We don't want to fund illegals."
Terrorist food is so damn good, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen. The end justifies the means. That's all I can say. I grunt non-committally, and when the receipt comes back, I tip about 25%, in part to compensate the staff having to deal with our table. Mother-in-law tries to hurry us out because she needs to use the bathroom. I tell her to use the restaurant bathroom. She says she doesn't want to use the bathroom that they got the ingredients from. Why is the bath... Why? What? What? My wife is visibly fuming, but says nothing until we leave the building. At which point she explodes at her parents, cursing them out for being colossal bastards and saying she can't take them anywhere.
So this is her parents, right?
Yeah, it's her parents. Okay. They fire back at her. She's not deterred. And the argument continues for several minutes until I gently pull on my wife's arm and tell her that we'll just go home without them.
Yeah.
We drive home. I notice I have several missed calls, and my wife has angry voicemails about how her parents had to get to an Uber, which is also driven by a terrorist. It doesn't say that, but it could have been.
But probably is.
Probably was about to be what they were going to say. Wait for it to arrive, and my mum had to go at the back of the restaurant because she couldn't hold on. What? My mum had to go at the back of the restaurant.
As in around the back. not
Because
in the restaurant. Not in the restroom,
And how
in the restaurant.
They want us to pay them the Uber fare plus tip.
Behind a bin.
Doesn't say am I the arsehole. The arsehole. Am I the asshole for leaving my in-laws to find their own transportation home?
No. No.
I'll tolerate racism, but I draw the line at pretending not to like... You'll tolerate racism? Oh my god. What a fucking... I mean, by the way, I don't know how true this is. Or whether... I don't know what... it probably is. I mean, obviously those people really do exist.
Oh, unfortunately so, yeah.
But, like, I just don't kind of, like... I don't know how you've even got to this stage, because I think if that were me, I don't think I could be...
Yeah, I don't know how people like that get through life without somebody knocking them the fuck out and teaching them not to be racist cunts, but there you go.
No, right, so Dom... I was watching this the other day. He says, "I'll tolerate racism," and he's like, "You'll tolerate racism," but I couldn't remember where the quote was from, so I was trying to continue it, but I was like, "Shit, where's that from?" Because Shirley says, "You'll tolerate." I can't remember who does. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Fake story stamp. We don't have a stamp for that. I love they didn't want to fund terrorism. Well, 10% is okay, but anything beyond that is excessive. I've only paid for half an AK-47.
I'll tip for terrorism. I won't. The food was crap after all. Yeah. So
okay, so no, you're not the arsehole for leaving the racist in-laws.
You should have taken them out the back and shot them.
Boom. Would go the gun.
Left her drowning in her own piss.
Clonk.
Right, I've got a third one.
Okay, third one.
Spoiling you.
8 minutes left. Then we'll stop.
Oh, we can easily do it in 8 minutes. It's only a little one.
Yeah, it's only that big.
Oh, give me some credit, mate. It's bigger than that.
Always looks bigger on camera.
Especially in 4K.
Oh, you better believe it.
I think Twitch is the only place you can enjoy this in 4K.
Yeah?
At the moment.
Oh, really?
Or maybe YouTube as well. I don't know. Where are you watching? And is it in 4K?
It's in 4K. I hope you're seeing this in 4K.
It's definitely not on Facebook.
I didn't pay for this camera not to be in 4K, so 4K it.
You can barely get HD on Facebook.
Yeah.
Fucking Facebook. Am I the arsehole?
You are.
You've already said that once. You're picking on me now.
I am. Twitch. And yes. I got 2160.
That's 4K.
Nice.
Because you count the pixels at the top, not the pixels down the side.
Yes.
2160 is the ones down the side. It's 3,840.
525,600 pixels.
Anyway, am I the arsehole for refusing to give up my reserved seat on a bus to a family? Am I the arsehole for refusing to give up my reserved seat on a bus to a family?
Okay. What, your one seat to an entire family? Are they going to sit on top of each other?
Apparently so.
We will find out.
Yeah. I was on this long bus trip to visit family, and I made sure to book a window seat in advance. Gets me less car sick. Well, this family gets on at the last minute, and their seats are all split up.
Yes.
The dad comes over and asks if I'll trade, so they can sit together. I say no, politely, and explained why I picked the seat.
Yeah.
Sounds like you. Just was looking for a yes or no and got a story inside.
Absolutely. Love a story. This reminds me, actually.
He got all huffy. Started going on about how selfish I was. How their kids shouldn't have to sit alone, blah, blah, blah.
You should have booked them together then.
Awkward. Yeah. I told him... Go on.
Sounds like anyway. I say it sounds like a you problem, mate. Just book together. Family books together, sits together. That's just the phrase.
It is now.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. What did they say?
No is a complete sentence. Actually, it isn't.
It needs to have.
It needs to have a subject and a verb.
Yeah.
And that has neither.
No.
It's a fragment. Consider revising.
Do you need Grammarly?
Grammarly can help.
Grammarly can help.
I told him maybe he could ask someone else to switch, or talk to the driver. He didn't like that, and kept giving me dirty looks the whole trip. Yeah, that'll fix it.
Yeah, that's going to help.
Dirty looks will do the job.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it would have been nice to help them out. But come on, I reserved that seat for a reason.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for sticking to my guns?
No, but this is why you don't do coach travel or whatever you're doing.
This is why we don't use public transport.
Yeah, just don't, if you go on something like this, you're going to get people. People are going to be there. You have to put up with people.
And that is the problem.
Like, this is once again an issue where it's like somebody else made a mistake, or they just didn't give a shit, found out that it was shit, and then hoped other people
would bail them out.
And when the other people don't bail them out, it's their fault. It's like, stop. At which point do you just go, will you help me? And the person says, no, because I get car sick. This is perfect for me. He goes, okay, I guess it was my fault, and I'll take ownership for that. But they never do. It's always someone else's problem. Always someone else's fault. Fuck you, man.
Yeah. The real key in this is reserved seat. Perhaps if you, father of family on public transport, might have had your own reserved seats, maybe this whole problem could have been rectified before it started.
It's like a coach seat. It's not like because you're reserving a bus. It's not that you've gone from like Folkestone to Canterbury. Do you know what I mean?
It's a coach.
It's like a coach. So this guy's dragging his family from point A to point B on a fucking National Express. And it's just like, good luck, mate. What a holiday. You know, it's just, oh my God. Kicking seats, wanting to pee, not enough snacks. Oh, man.
Yeah. Long distance travel on a coach is shit enough as it is without pricks like you coming along and trying to take people's seats away from them. But I will say, the whole idea of booking a window seat to avoid being travel sick is fucking stupid. You need to be on the other seat, not the window seat. Bellend.
We had this on an intercity train in Italy. Old and angry American couple basically said, I have to sit next to my wife or she might die. Is it like Speed? Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm not within 3 inches of my wife,
if my wife drops out of 5 meter range, then the bus will explode.
Then she just explodes. Basically, she's got a distance thing attached to her like watch, and if that would be amazing. I'd love that. We swapped, and she spent the entire journey being horrible to him. I told you we shouldn't have done that. I can't believe that. Fucking son of a bitch. Too long to read out. I'm going to read this out anyway. But I once booked a seat on a Thalys train, so in Europe, and there was a woman sitting
in my seat
next to another woman. She asked if she could stay there because it was her friend. I said, sure, I don't care. Where's your seat? I went to the seat she told me, and someone was sat in the seat. She had given it away, but the person sent me to their other seat. The saga begins. She'd given it away. What? So
this is my seat, but I'm not going to sit here, so you can sit here. I'm going to go and sit with my friend in someone else's seat.
So he gets to the other seat, and
there's someone in it because she's already given away that seat. So now he gives Owen his seat number, and he has to go there. I'm sure there's probably someone in that seat as well. It's like
how did you ever get
seat dominoes?
Everyone is no one happy with the seat they've got? Did you never get a seat?
Just book proper seats, you fucking pricks.
That's the thing. You give it up, then you go to someone else and you go, this is my seat now. It's like, actually, no, I've given this, so I got this one.
At that point where it's like, oh, she'd already given it away to someone else. I'm like, right, no.
Back to the original.
I'm going to go back to my seat. I'm going to sit in my seat.
Say, hi, I know we did that thing.
But you've already fucked it up before you even started, so you can fuck off back to your seat and go down that dominoes, and I'll sit in my seat because I can't be asked with this shit. I don't really want to be here as it is.
Man, that's pretty cheeky. So she went, I'll get out from my seat, and this person says, and you can have this actually if you want, because I'm going to go and sit with my friend, because I'll just tell the person next they'll do it, and then fucking I chucked the woman out of the original seat and sat next to her moody friend for 3 hours. You did go back.
That is how it's done.
You came back and just went, yeah, you fucked it up, so...
Yeah. I was willing to work with you, but you've royally fucked this up. So get the fuck out of my seat.
That's quite cool. That's quite funny.
I always book the window seat, says Jim, in case the door falls off and I want to see it up close. Why not book the seat next to the door then? And then you can follow it out all the way to the ground.
When I was on the Eurostar, a number of times on the Eurostar, I'm just like desperately wandering around. I never wanted to sit next to somebody else. And you just have to hope that you don't get sitting there. But there's often spaces. So I just wander up and down the Eurostar trying to find
a seat on its own.
And one time I was sitting next to someone and the two behind me were just empty. So I just went there, reading my book and fell asleep. And someone woke me up because we got to Lille and we'd left Brussels. And when we got to Lille, and that's when somebody got on for the seats that I was occupying, they were like nudging me awake, like really pissed off. And I'm like, oh, sorry, man, I was sitting in there. But, I'm trying to explain like, yeah, no worries, have your seats. I was only sitting there because it's... And they watched me just go in the next one. I'm like, I just want some space.
Is it necessary to wake me up?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just fucking sit somewhere else. There's two behind you. Who gives a shit? It's now 10 on the dot.
Well, there you go. That is the time that we would get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Give them another little plug of your Friday antics.
Oh, yeah. Friday night on twitch.tv/always be chatting.
No.
So perfect.
Psych.
Actually, that would have been really good if we'd have actually just ended there. I got a feeling you're about to do it again. I'm never too sure. I just thought it's just over the fake ending into the viral. Yeah. This Friday at 7:30. Here. You won't be here. I will. Some other people will. Always be chatting. Twitch.tv/always be chatting. You all follow me anyway, so come and join me and sing along in your own homes.
Because we don't want to hear you.
We can't hear you, basically.
That's why you will sing in your homes and we will not.
Right, now we should go for real.
I'm not even going to be here. Now? You think now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. See ya.